you guys can learn about astrology, you can learn about your birth charts, and you can learn about energies and vibrations between relationships of two things: a person, a place, a thing. So it's astrology channel talking about energy. So I wanted to get that out so people can understand when you click on this video what it's about. All right, so we're gonna do Saturn through your houses, like where you're really serious at and where you need to lighten up at. Lighten up, lighten up. All right, so I have it all written out here so I don't forget anybody's sign. It's not that I don't know. It's just I look because I want to make sure. So I don't want to hear your mouth. Don't want to hear your mouth. So now this is how you can do it. Now look, you look on your birth chart and you see where the planet. You're looking for the planets first, okay? Or you're looking for the zodiac sign. So you either can have it. It's the same kind of energy. It's slightly different, but you're gonna look in where your planet is and the zodiac sign or the zodiac sign. So we're gonna go through the first house. So that's either Mars, with like your Mars energy, because it's the house lord is Mars. Let me explain it differently. Let me make it simpler. So your house lords are, it goes for each house. It's like who rules the house and what's the energy of the house, right? So if I say Mars for the first, Venus for the second, it's just that these are the original planets. So these are not, it may not be in your birth chart that way. So I'm not going to say it that way. Hold on, let me just double check something here so I can turn my ringer off. Okay, so you're gonna look in your houses and you're gonna look in the say. Let's start with the first house. So the first house, if you have your Saturn in your first house, so you're gonna look where what rules Mars, which is Aries. So you gotta look at Mars. You gotta look at your Aries. So you got You can look at your Saturn in your first house or Aries if you have Saturn in Aries. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say a lot, but trying to say a little at the same time, so I can make it clear, so I can make myself clear. Okay, so you got Saturn in your first house. Now, this is what you're gonna appear. This is how you're gonna appear to people because it's your first house. It's what people see of you. Everybody trying to figure out what's my rising sign, what's my first house about, what's that about? It's what people can see, hear, touch, taste. No, just what they can see and hear about you, and hear how you talk and see how you look and see how you act. That's why they say it's a personality. So you could appear like you're like really serious and ruthless. You could seem like you very critical of yourself and of other people as well. So when I say lighten up, like this is where you need to lighten up. Anywhere where your Saturn is at is where you need to lighten up, simmer down, chill out, calm down, because Saturn is going to make you super serious, and even when you don't want to be, but you if you're not being aware of this energy, that's what it most likely would be. Now, if you have Saturn in your second house, or if you have Saturn in Taurus, so either one shares the same energy. Now you can appear real quiet, like everything is serious. So I'm gonna say serious for everything because it's like we need to lighten up. Opposite of serious is lighten up. Okay, so you could seem really quiet, serious. Like it could be like it can seem like your emotions are like you depressed or sadder than you normally are. People will ask all the time, "Are you okay? Like, what's wrong with you? Are you good?" And it's not that you're not. It's just that this is in your nature. Um, Also, it can be like you're emotionally distant, um, because you're in your feelings a lot. So people notice that, and you will notice that about yourself. That's where you can lighten up at in that area because it's going to be very difficult. I'm just looking up here. I just have my paper up here. It's very difficult for you to be able to get out of that. And if you are wondering why you're feeling like, why is this so heavy? Why do I got to carry this burden? Why do I take my finances so seriously? And it's because you have Saturn in Taurus, and you have or Saturn in your second house. Either one. Saturn in your third house. Now, it's Saturn in your third house, or if you have Saturn in Gemini. So one of the things can be, hold on. I just want to make sure I'm following and make sure I do not forget any signs because sometimes I forget signs. All right. So it's like instead of you communicating in a light way, it'd be more in a heavy and a deep way. And people will say you're deep. But they also you'll be curious to a point where it's like you can't stop, you can't help it. You got to be like investigative, you got to be like really deep into finding out stuff. And people will say you nosy, or maybe you might feel that you're nosy, like you're overly nosy, like you're getting in it too deep, you're getting in somebody's business too deep. But it also can free you from you being too like trivial. It can make you a little bit more seriouser. You need to lighten up and use the energy of the third house, which is Mercury rules that third house. Okay. But you could be more saying that you're sorry a lot, or I apologize to you. Like, I'm sorry, I apologize, I didn't mean to, but you could do that too deeply. You gotta look at yourself. So it's either Saturn in third, or Saturn in Gemini. Saturn in the fourth house, or you have your Saturn in Cancer. Now, your Saturn in Cancer is similar to the Saturn in Taurus, but it's more like you are emotionally show where you're upset and where you're hurt. And it's like where you like emotionally nervous, or it's like high anxiety or low depression, and more intense than you should be. And you really concerned about everything in your home. Like, I hope I don't be homeless, or I gotta pay my rent, or like anything in your house that's not supposed to be. I hope that I'm not buffering. I don't even have the chat on, y'all, so I can't even see if I'm buffering or not. Hopefully I'm not. And it's where you take things very, like your home got to be a stability. You will work overtime. You would do anything so that you can make sure your mortgage is paid, your rent is paid, stuff like that. And people might not understand why you're taking it that deep, but also your emotional self. You know, the things that can get to you mostly is anything in your family. And then like a lot of the deep rooted stuff in your family, like when you were younger, like you could constantly think about that stuff, and it could kind of mess up you now. So I just want you to work on that too, or be aware of that. You gotta lighten up in that. And I know it's hard to tell you to lighten up wherever your Saturn is at. So but yeah. Let me just make sure. All right. So it's fifth house, right? Yeah. Saturn in the fifth house, or if you have a Saturn in Leo, which is like crazy to have a Saturn in Leo, or to have a Saturn in your fifth house, because where you should be creative and where you should have more fun and more energetic, you're not. You're letting the weight of Saturn pull you down, and then you have all these restrictions where you're supposed to have fun and excitement and play with the kids, play with your kids, play with other people's kids, your nieces, your nephews, if you don't have any children. But instead of that, you're like, look, if you have nieces and nephews, or if you're the mom or the dad, you'd be like, you see this, you see them, you see what they doing, you see they not doing what they need to do, you're not going to do anything about that. They're not supposed to be playing like that. They're not supposed to be having fun and enjoying their life. I know they're kids, but they're not supposed to be doing that. So you're not going to say nothing about that? Like, yo, can they be kids? Saturn in the fifth house, or Saturn in Leo, can they have their fun, please? You know, especially if it's your nieces or nephews. You talk to your sister and brother. You like, this is how you raising your kids. You raising your kids. They're gonna grow up to be thugs. They're gonna be little. You raising baby criminals. Or also, it can also be that you're restricting your own fun. I always say Saturn in the fifth house, or Saturn in Leo, is like if there's a kind of game that don't have any rules, and we all want to play the game and it don't have rules. We make up the rules as we go. That will kill you, and that will bother you. So lighten up. I know it's difficult to tell Saturn in the fifth or Saturn in Leo to lighten up. And then you get bored a lot. You know why you bored so much? Because you don't know how to have fun. You need to lighten up, You need to, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But all right, you got Saturn in your sixth house, or Saturn and Virgo. I I mean, I could tell y'all what that means, but I'm just tell y'all right now that Saturn and Virgo, really? Saturn do not need to be in no doggone Virgo. Like, at work, really? Like, you're not even the boss, but you're like the boss. And like, people start acting like they have been working because you're around, and they don't trust you because you're not the boss, but you could tell the boss on them. And you're not telling them to be a snitch. You're telling because it's not being the right thing because you're taking it too serious. Like, I know we have to work. I know we have to take care of ourselves and we working every single day. But come on, man. Also, um, uh, Saturn in the seventh house. Wait, I want to go back. Saturn in the sixth house, Saturn in Virgo. I know I said the work thing, but you also can be super intellectual. Like you're too dry. You need moisture. You need water. So hang out with your water signs. Even Pisces. I know that's your opposing sign, but I want you to do that. Again, guys, if you're saying hi to me, I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring nobody. I just took the chat off so I can like focus so I don't miss any houses, and I got it written on my thing in front of me. So yeah. All right. So Saturn in the seventh house. Saturn in the seventh house or Saturn in Libra. Take relationships way too serious. And you have relationship rules. If you call somebody, they gotta call you back in a certain time. If you text somebody, they gotta not call you, they gotta text you back. If you text somebody, they gotta text you. You can't be calling you. If you call somebody, they can't text you back. If you're not doing any rules in the relationship the right way, they're going to always tell you you're wrong and always tell you how you're supposed to be in a relationship. So Libra, Saturn in Libra or Saturn in the seventh house, chill out. And then you're going to be sad because they're not taking you serious and you don't understand why, and you don't understand why these people don't want to be with you because they're dating you not to be training of or being a tutor of how to be in a relationship. They want to be with you. So you're gonna have to find somebody that's real serious about who got a Saturn in the seventh house or Saturn in Libra, real serious too. But like then y'all just be two boring, serious people. I don't know. Maybe you need to really get rid of fire sign or have a relationship like have a friend that's a fire sign so that they can get some excitement and like chill you out a little bit like Sag or Leo. But anyway, yeah, so just but be careful with that because you might find yourself and wondering why you are so serious. And not only that, but you would tell them you if you don't like their friends, like if you have a lover or partner, whatever, and you don't like their friends and you think that you're gonna always do that. You always gonna be the rule of the person. Like you saying that you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do. I just want y'all to chill out a little bit, and get there. Okay, Saturn in the seventh, Saturn in the eighth. Right. Okay. Saturn in the eighth house. Sexuality. You take sex really serious. Now, it could go one of two ways. One, you can be like real prudent or cold, not cold, like emotionally cold, but like flat, like you just like the standard way. Like it's a certain way you gotta do it, and I don't know if y'all get that. Or you could be the other way, and you can have the Saturn in the eighth house, and you restricting yourself, and then sometimes you just because if it wasn't daytime, you could like break free from those restrictions, and then you could be like kind of freaky, and but your partner won't know. Anyway, Saturn in the eighth house. I'm gonna get away from the sex talk for now. Let me do another video later. Also Saturn in the eighth house, you got to be really if somebody else too got Saturn in the eighth house, the pettiness of the breakup. If you got if they on your account, your like a co-signer, they have the same lease in your apartment or your mortgage, like Saturn in the eighth, you should get a doggone prenup. Like, I don't care if you only make $5 an hour, get a prenup so y'all can have a contract because y'all gonna be petty trying to separate things. And you don't want to do that because you don't want that karma. Because remember, the fourth, eighth, and 12th house are the karma houses. And the eighth house, especially, is a karma after your relationship. So it could tell you kind of where you went wrong and what you're doing wrong in your relationship. So you got to be really, really careful about that. But anyway, you're extremely private. If somebody got a Saturn in the eighth house, they're extremely private. You're not gonna let people in so easily. And then you will also be wondering what they're hiding from you because you're doing that. So you can project this energy out. If somebody cheat, you're gonna not forgive them ever. And if you feel like they're not being loyal to you, you're gonna ghost them forever. You're gonna transform yourself and be a different person because you transformed internally the relationship, and you're no longer that person in the relationship, and they won't know that because you're so damn secretive that you're not going to tell them. And then if it ever come out into a fight or argument, and you'll be like, you'll tell them all the stuff that you was keeping from them, and they had no idea, so you're not even giving them a chance to okay, I'm getting too intense. Okay, Saturn and Sagittarius. Saturn. Okay, Saturn and Sagittarius, or is that my name? Yeah. Saturn in Sagittarius or Saturn in the ninth house. Saturn in the ninth house, um, the restrictions that, well, I'm trying to think of the nicest way to say this. I just say it, right? I could just like probably, I know my chat is not on, but I could now people like, Shonda, just say it, just say it. I just could feel y'all saying, just say it, or y'all thinking that. But it's like you're super uber religious, and then whoever don't share your religion, or your way of thinking, your philosophy about the way you're thinking about life, they don't share those same views, something wrong with them and not you. Because you could prove your religion. If you a diehard Christian or diehard Muslim or whatever you are, if you're diehard about it, you would be telling people they're gonna go to hell. And this is the worst part of it. I'm not saying that everybody with Saturn and Sagittarius or Saturn in the ninth house is going to do this. I'm just saying the worst part of it, you can get like really like that. Or your ideals could be so high that you judge people who you don't feel taking certain things about their life seriously. Now, it could be a subconscious thing, so you could be doing this and you're not aware of it, but you could be like really that judgy type of thing. And you do take your religion seriously, so you expect a person who, if they say they're a Christian or they're a Jew, you expect them to be that. And you expect them to follow the rules of the religion. And especially people who don't get their high school diploma or their GED, at least get your GED. You got to finish your school. You got to finish your education. You got to keep going because you need this in life. And they're dead ass serious about that. Um, I'm a Scorpio, y'all. I try my best to lighten things up as much as I can myself. So I know I'll be saying like some low vibrational things, but I think we should change and transform it. We know the good stuff about ourselves, right? We don't know the underlying subconscious things. So that's my job in the Scorpio way to bring it to y'all. Not saying y'all don't know this stuff, but I'm just bringing it to you as a Scorpio person. Okay. All right. So Saturn in the 10th house, you're very, very, very comfortable there. Saturn in the 10th house or Saturn in Capricorn. And the only way you have a Saturn in Capricorn if you're Aries rising. But if you have your Saturn in Capricorn or you have your Saturn in the 10th house, you're very comfortable there. But now that it's there, you're going to be more everything about the 10th house, y'all, and all of the way how you're supposed to, especially how you're supposed to act in public. Like you would not be able to stand a person who disrespects a service person or a customer service or in a drive-through window, or if somebody not tipping a waitress, or if a kid is acting out, like, oh, you just wait. And you won't say anything at first, but you will be very displeased, and people won't even notice that you're upset. And then they start hanging around you, they'll know. So you are the rule person and letting people know that this is not supposed to be this way. You see my finger pointing at y'all? Yeah. I need to put that away. But that is a strong Saturn energy that you are that person. It's like you're actually showing what Saturn looks like. Like if you want to know what Saturn looks like, you're actually showing that in the doggone um and energy. All right. After this, I'm gonna turn the chat on, and then we have questions or whatever, or y'all want to say something, you can. But I just want to get through this. And then we got Saturn. That's in the 10th. We got Saturn in the 11th. Okay, Saturn in the 11th house. Or Saturn in Aquarius. Because Okay, so yeah, it's the house of the Saturn in the 11th house or Saturn in Aquarius is the energy of your networking and like-minded individuals and your friends. Even if it's not all your close friends, it's your posse, it's the people you hang out with, it's the people you cool with and chill with and stuff like that, right? So if you have Saturn in there, you're gonna be the one that making sure everybody is following the rules. So like say in my video, it'd always be somebody and they probably got a Saturn in the 11th house, so they got a Saturn in Aquarius. Like if I deter from the topic or the subject or somebody making me deter, oh, it will bother you so much. So much. Lighten up. Can we just like lighten up? It's like it's very similar to the Saturn in the fifth house. It's like, and actually that's your opposing house. So you want to make sure, and then you know what? Because people, nobody not gonna follow your rules and follow the way how you do stuff. You know what? You could be lonely, and you're wondering why am I lonely? You could be lonely. You could be lonely because of that. Very, very honest and frank, and you'll just come out your mouth and you will say stuff, and you won't say it in a way that it's honest to help. It's like honest to teach and honest to explain why you shouldn't act this way, why you shouldn't do this. Like you'll be the rude person of your friends. So I mean, I guess it's good to have a person like that because you know, if y'all all together and somebody on how to do stuff, you'll take the lead in a way of showing how it's supposed to be and what site you got it on and what source you got it from and all this kind of thing. You could be a real thoughtful and you could be really kind of, you could be dark in a way of dark of because of loneliness and you could get easily depressed because you don't understand like why people don't like me. Why I don't have that many friends. Why my friends don't listen to me. It could get like that too. Okay. All right, and your last one, which I don't really gotta look at because it's the last one, is Pisces. Saturn and Pisces. Now, Saturn and Pisces would it bring out all the low vibration part of the Pisces. Like, so you know how y'all chill all the time, Saturn and Pisces, or Saturn in the 12th house. Now you know how, and I will go into the karma part of the Saturn in the 12th house. It's really karmic because the 12th house is the karmic house. So, but we're not getting into that in this video. I have to probably do a whole video on that. But you know how you be chilling and you feel like you lazy and tired all the time. You probably got Saturn in your 12th house, or you got Saturn in your and Pisces, either one of the energy, you'll be constantly thinking and trying to build yourself inside. You're gonna be very quiet. Or if y'all know somebody like this, or y'all man or y'all woman in this, understand they got Saturn in there and they're gonna take everything super uber serious when it comes to them and the kind of person they are. And then they always gonna tell you what kind of person you are and how you should get more into your feelings and stuff like that. Now, the good thing is about it is that you are a strong advocate for older people. Like your grandmother, people in nursing homes, all this kind of stuff, any kind of elder abuse, like you would choke a person if they try to hurt an elderly person. And you really listen to them really seriously. And you won't respect other people who don't listen to their grandparents or older people, or if you disrespect older people. So please do not do that in front of Pisces, Saturn and Pisces, or Saturn in the 12th house. And also, you're very karmic, though. I just want you to know because Saturn is karmic, and the 12th house is karmic, and the 12th house also can give you a little insight of your previous life. So but Saturn in there could kind of you blame yourself for your current condition. Like I knew I did something. I knew I did something in the previous life. What did I do? And you're gonna always try to go into what the Akashi records and like seances and stuff like that, just to try to clear this energy because you felt that you did something wrong and you had to clear energy and stuff like that. All right, that's it. I said in the 23 minutes, almost 24. So listen, I'm gonna put the chat on open because I wanted to concentrate and focus. And hey, everybody, hey. So if you guys have any question, or y'all just want to say hi, somebody gave me a super chat. Hey, who did that? Thank you, whoever did it. I'm looking right now. Okay, I can't see it. Whoever gave me a super chat, thank you. Would you had a question? Oh man, I can't see who did it. Okay. Past life regression. That's what that Saturn in the 12th. King Salome and Maddie. Oh, they had your dad and your sister had Saturn in Pisces or Saturn in a 12th house. Yo, so like, if people are this is my advice. Now y'all could take my advice or not. But I think y'all should, because I have studied for a very long time and I experience these energies. But for people who have they were born with these things, can you lighten up with them too? Can you like give them a break, man? To try to understand them and say, "Oh wow, I understand you. I'm sorry that you got to go through this." Like, can you be like nice to people, maybe? Um, hey Isaiah. Oh gosh, yo, Saturn is Saturn is the planet of restrictions. Saturn is the planet of what weighs you down. Saturn is what you take uber serious. I don't know why I'm using this word uber so much in this video, but Saturn is not the joke. Saturn is the karmic planet. Saturn is the one who all of your stuff, it gives you a chance to learn, and then it's a certain date and time. That's why it's karmic, that you're going to have to face certain things as a transit. So when as a Saturn comes to you, especially a Saturn return, so anybody in my chat that is like 28, 29, or maybe 30, you're going to have your first Saturn return. And if you're feeling heavy and burden of life, it's only your test, and it's also to teach you for your next 7 years, like when you turn 35. Okay? So if you're in a relationship and you're in your Saturn return, you're 28, you're 29 years old, and you're in your Saturn return right now, and if you're in a relationship, and if you're looking at this person like they're not husband material, they're not wifey material, it's natural. It is not you. It's a natural rite of passage. If they are also your same age, they're thinking about the same thing, and you're making sure that your career is on track. And should you rent a house? Should you get a mortgage? Should you get a new car? Should you go for a higher degree or anything like that? So you got to understand that Saturn energy. So if you're within the age of 29, 30, that's your first Saturn return. If you are 35 years old and you're looking at my video, and especially in your romantic relationships, if you are 34, 35, 36, you're going to have, that's when Saturn coming to test you. And that 7 years from the time that you were 29 is coming back, because it's karmic. It's coming back and say, okay, now what's up? Now you got to get serious. And then what it's going to do is going to make you start wondering and thinking and getting all deep again. Because what have you learned through these past 7 years? And then it's going to, so you got to look at every 7 years. So I don't know how old these people are, so I'm not going to keep going up ages. But I'm telling y'all, your first Saturn return is real serious and real deep. I'm not trying to make y'all worried or scared or anything. I'm just trying to tell y'all so y'all can know what's up. 24 years old. If you're 24 years old, you already had your first one at 21. And that's when you really was no longer a kid. Even if you still stay with your mom or whatever, your dad, you probably paying them rent. But that's your first sign of adulthood. First sign of adulthood. And you it's not all the way there, but you're thinking about your relationships in a more serious way. Um, you're 33, turning 34. Well, this could be it too. Look on your degree and see when Saturn is returning to the exact same spot. Saturn in the seventh house. Saturn in the seventh house, people, you're not the rules of relationships. Who died and made y'all the rule maker? How y'all know? How y'all know about relationships? Did y'all really read relationship books? Did you get a degree in relationship? No, the cool thing about Saturn in the seventh house, though, they do know the rules. So, like, say somebody do cheat, you could call them up on the phone and you could talk to them and you could be like, the person went in the bathroom and turned the water and the shower on and kept flushing the toilet. Are they cheating? You can help somebody understand that. They'll listen to you about your relationship problems and I'll tell you the rules and they won't get sick of it. So that's a good thing. Is that a good thing? Veronique, your Saturn in the fifth house? No wonder. Yes, no wonder. I know your energy, Veronique. I don't care if she say her name is Veronica. I say Veronique. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank y'all for coming on my video. I appreciate it so much. And have a good day. Bye. Have a good day, y'all. He said it's okay.